Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're diving headfirst into the swamp, dissecting Donald Trump's Agenda 47, his grand plan to, as he puts it, make America great again. Now you won't hear this from the liberal media, too busy chasing their tails over the latest fabricated scandal, but we, the American people, deserve to know what's really going on. Let's be clear, this isn't some fluffy campaign promise document they hand out at rallies. This is a blueprint, a declaration of war against the radical left's agenda, a bold vision for taking back our country from the woke mob that wants to fundamentally transform America into something we don't recognize. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down the key pillars of Agenda 47, separating the facts from the liberal hysteria. We'll examine the potential impact on your life, your family, and your future. Because let's face it, the stakes have never been higher.
First up, let's talk about the issue that's been front and center for years, immigration. Now, you can't have a country without borders. It's a fundamental principle, it's common sense, something sorely lacking in Washington these days, unfortunately. But Donald Trump gets it. He understands the stakes. He understands that the uncontrolled flow of illegal immigrants across our southern border is a direct threat to our national security, our economy, and our very way of life. Agenda 47 tackles this issue head-on, proposing the most aggressive border security measures in American history. We're talking about finishing that wall, folks, the one the establishment fought tooth and nail to stop. We're talking about surging manpower and resources to the Border Patrol, giving them the tools they need to do their jobs effectively and efficiently. And let's not forget about the elephant in the room, deportations. That's right, Trump is making it clear that if you're here illegally, you're going back. No more catch and release, no more sanctuary cities. This is about restoring law and order, sending a clear message that America will not be a doormat for the rest of the world. Now, the open borders crowd, they'll call this cruel, they'll call it inhumane. But what's truly inhumane is allowing drug cartels and human traffickers to exploit our porous borders, flooding our communities with fentanyl and crime. What's truly cruel is forcing American taxpayers to foot the bill for illegal immigrants, while their own communities struggle to make ends meet. Agenda 47 says enough is enough. It's time to put American citizens first, to secure our borders and to enforce our immigration laws. It's time to take back our country and ensure a safe future for all.
Now let's talk about your wallet, because that's what it all comes down to, doesn't it? Your hard-earned money and how far it can stretch. Under the Biden administration, we've seen skyrocketing inflation, soaring gas prices, and an economy teetering on the brink of recession, causing widespread concern. The American dream is slipping out of reach for millions, and the elites in Washington, they just don't seem to care about the everyday struggles. But Donald Trump, he remembers what it was like to have a booming economy, an America that was respected on the world stage, and he wants to restore that. And with Agenda 47, he's aiming to bring that back, to supercharge the economy and put American workers first, ensuring prosperity. His plan is simple: unleash American energy/taxes and bring back manufacturing jobs from overseas, revitalizing our industries. Remember when America used to make things? When our factories were the envy of the world? Remember when we were energy independent? Trump does, and he wants to bring that independence back. He sees a future where American factories are humming again, where American workers are earning good wages, and where American families are thriving and secure. And how does he plan to do this? By cutting taxes for businesses and individuals, by rolling back job-killing regulations, and by unleashing American energy production to its full potential. He wants to make America a manufacturing superpower again, a global leader in energy production, and a beacon of economic strength. He wants to put American workers first, ensuring they have the opportunities they deserve. Now, the radical left, they'll scream about tax cuts for the rich, about environmental destruction and other scare tactics. But what they don't want you to know is that Trump's policies are designed to benefit all Americans, to create jobs, and to grow the economy for everyone. They're more interested in appeasing their green energy donors than in putting food on your table. And that's the harsh reality.
Let's be honest, healthcare in this country is a complete mess. It's too expensive, too complicated, and frankly, it doesn't work for most Americans. The Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, was a disaster from the start, and even the mainstream media is finally admitting it. But what's the alternative? Well, Agenda 47 offers a different path, one that puts American patients and American jobs first. Trump understands that we need to bring down the cost of healthcare, and he's got a comprehensive plan to do just that. First, he wants to increase competition in the healthcare market. That means getting rid of the regulations that stifle innovation and drive up costs. It means allowing people to buy insurance across state lines, giving them more choices and lower prices. Second, he wants to bring transparency to healthcare pricing. Right now, nobody knows how much anything costs until they get the bill. Trump wants to change that, to force hospitals and insurance companies to be upfront about their pricing. And finally, he wants to protect Medicare and Social Security. These are programs that seniors have paid into their entire lives, and Trump has vowed to preserve them. He knows that these programs are vital to the well-being of millions of Americans. Now, the Democrats, they'll tell you that Trump wants to gut healthcare, that he doesn't care about people with pre-existing conditions. But that's just a flat-out lie. Trump has repeatedly said that he wants to protect people with pre-existing conditions, and his plan does just that.
Let's talk about our kids, because they're the future of this country. And right now, that future is under attack. Our schools have become breeding grounds for radical leftist ideology, pushing critical race theory, gender fluidity, and other dangerous concepts that have no place in the classroom. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen the curriculum, you've heard the stories. Your children are being used as pawns in a sick social experiment, and it's time to take back our schools. Agenda 47 is a battering ram against the fortress of liberal indoctrination. It's a declaration that parents, not bureaucrats, know what's best for their children. Trump understands that education should be about empowering children, not indoctrinating them. His plan is simple: empower parents, eliminate critical race theory, and restore academic excellence. He wants to give parents more control over their children's education, including the ability to choose where their children go to school. He wants to get rid of the radical leftist propaganda that's being peddled in our schools and refocus on the basics: reading, writing, arithmetic, and American history. Now the teachers' unions and their allies in the media, they'll fight this tooth and nail. They'll call it an attack on teachers, an attempt to destroy public education. But we know the truth. This is about putting children first, about restoring common sense to our education system.
The radical left is waging a cultural war on America, attempting to redefine our values and rewrite our history. They want to force their woke ideology on every aspect of our lives, from our schools to our workplaces to our families. Donald Trump understands that America is at a crossroads. He knows that we must fight back against this radical agenda, that we must stand up for the values that have made our nation great. Agenda 47 is a bulwark against the tide of wokeness, a reaffirmation of the principles that have made America the envy of the world. His plan is simple: protect free speech, defend religious liberty, and uphold traditional family values. He wants to ensure that all Americans are free to express their beliefs without fear of censorship or reprisal. He wants to protect the rights of people of faith to live and worship according to their conscience. And he wants to uphold the sanctity of marriage and the importance of the traditional family. Now the left will scream about discrimination, they'll accuse Trump of being a bigot, but we know the truth. This is about protecting the fundamental freedoms that have made America the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's a wrap on Agenda 47, a comprehensive plan reflecting Trump's vision for America's future. It's a bold vision, one that challenges the status quo and puts the American people first. It's a vision that rejects the radical left's agenda of open borders, economic stagnation, and cultural Marxism. Stay tuned for more updates as we approach the 2024 election. The stakes have never been higher, and the choice is clear. Do we continue down the path of decline and decay, or do we choose to make America great again? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analyses. We'll be back soon with more on the issues that matter most to you.